Definitely. I mean, I'm not going to say that I didn't like that music at one point in my life, but I had to realize, why am I liking this?
Hmm.
Why is my emotions and body and mind is drawing me to this type of music? What areas do I need to heal? Because when you are healed, you're not thinking about your friends that betrayed you, because you know that you got friends that did.
You see, I'm Southside reppin', Bigfoot steppin'. Zone 3 section is God flow perfection. Hating on the church like I ain't blessed they section. If we ain't talking money, I got a weak connection. That's on the hood. She said get a bag, so I get it, got it good. Don't complain about my problems, I just put it in a wood. Seen a genie the other day, she said make it good. So I wish for good health, then I wish to look. It's chief, not lieutenant.
Pour the drink and sip the cup just to ease the pain I felt. Yeah, I still count up by my loans. Still got niggas around me, don't know. I know they cross way too nice. You been counting favors, thinking they paid that price. She ain't feeling my vibe no more. Said I only hit the phone up late at night. She don't understand if she stay down. She get late all night. I can't trust little shawty no more, cause she been taking pipe.
My bad. All right. Okay. Another episode of the #1 daily show in Minnesota, live on Lake Street. I'm going to remind y'all again, May 1st, Underground Music Cafe, pop out. We're celebrating Mac Turner's birthday. Mac Turner will be performing, as well as Suavo, Carson Blue, Tay Supreme, and other special guests. We're going to have Baked Brand in the building, selling everybody delicious plates of food. We're going to have all kinds of vendors in the building. You can buy yourself some Hibernation. You can get yourself some Lord Season. Juice Lord will also be in the building celebrating his birthday. Captain Rebel in the building. It's going to be great. Doors open at 4. Be there. Underground Music Cafe, May 1st. That being said, I'd like to welcome today's guest, Mariahya. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. So we got some things to talk about. Let's talk about. So the first thing I want to talk about, I want to get into all the things you're doing, but the first thing I want to talk about is your career as a model. So I didn't realize that you'd only been doing this for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 or 3.
3 years?
Not very long.
Okay.
At all.
Okay. So let's start there. How did you get? What was your initial step into the modeling industry?
I had met a photographer that really wanted to get me started. Really.
Okay. Who was the photographer? You want to shout him out or no?
No.
Okay.
Definitely don't like. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't even remember the man's name.
Okay.
I worked with him one time and was maybe twice, and like this cancel culture started going on, and some stuff came out about him that he was doing with the other models, and like he got canceled. He deleted everything. I can't even remember this man's name for real.
Wow. Got him out of here.
They definitely got him.
But that wasn't your experience with him though?
Or
maybe hindsight, you were like, that shit was a little weird.
definitely had a weird experience, but I am so upfront, direct, that not a lot can slide with me. Nothing can really slide with me.
Okay.
I'm checking that at the door.
So he tried some weird shit, and you said
absolutely, yeah. I had to just end that.
And it wasn't enough for you to thwart you away from the modeling.
No.
Okay. So after that experience, like, what was your next step into? Because that's the thing is, like, I don't know a lot about the modeling industry, so like I don't know how that goes. Like, do you go to like a modeling agency and like apply, or like what do you do?
Yes, but I wasn't signed with an agency. I was just doing freelance stuff because I was doing other stuff on the side. So, like, it wasn't something that I wanted to fully commit to.
Okay.
So I didn't reach out to agencies. I didn't do all of that. I just started working locally with photographers and meeting other models and seeing what they were doing, working on projects with them.
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So what's the preparation like to, like, you know what I mean? Like, for instance, when I come in here to do my job, I have to do some research. I have to look at the people, all the information about whoever I'm interviewing. You know what I mean? Like, I have to find, what's the process like for modeling? You just make yourself pretty and then go stand in front of a camera? I have to assume there's more than that to it.
It depends on the type of shoot. So if you're doing a creative shoot, you're going to get creative.
Yeah.
You ain't going to just do the natural makeup look. But from my experience, I don't even know how to put on makeup. I might know how to do my eyebrows and throw on some lashes, but I don't know how to wear makeup. And I know that some photographers that I worked with, wanted me to wear more makeup because it does help with the editing process, make your skin look more even, whatever the case may be. But for me, I would just figure out what the project is and then go about it that way.
Okay. That's interesting. So then what is the, like when you decide like, okay, I'm a model now, like what is the, for lack of a better word, what is the model for making it a career? Like how do you make money being a model?
How would I answer that? How do you make money? Just from the shoots, really. Just from what you're advertising.
Okay.
Essentially, like I did some stuff for like a underwear brand.
Okay.
Like stuff like that. Like you're just making money really advertising.
Yeah.
Their work.
So essentially, you do some work with a photographer, get yourself out there, and then present this to companies and brands that may want you to.
Or no, they usually reach out to you.
Okay.
Or if the photographer, I had did Urban Gangster. It's like a hoodie.
Okay.
A hoodie brand, and a photographer helped me get that gig.
Okay.
So he knew the designer, and he reached out with the opportunity to make money that way.
Does it happen fast? Where it's like you put out product from a shoot, and then all of a sudden your inbox is crazy. Like, hey, do you want to model this?
Sometimes, depending on what you put out.
Yeah. I imagine the less you wear, the more you probably get hit up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because when I do creative shoots, that's something that not most people enjoy.
Yeah.
Versus the
less
I wear.
Is it a volatile industry?
What do you mean by that?
Well, like, is it? It seems like, because I mean, you told me like just the first experience you had was with somebody that was volatile, essentially. Is it hard to like kind of sift through that? Is it hard to find people that are going to be professional?
No.
It's not.
But I do think it is an even split. There are photographers who are on it, and there are photographers who are strictly professional.
Has that been your experience?
50-50
or down the middle?
Absolutely.
God damn.
Unless I'm, like, honestly, when I work with women, it ain't like that. Like, it's not like that. But it has been a good split down the middle with male photographers.
Yeah. I guess I didn't even think about that. Like, I have to assume that do you prefer to work with women photographers for that reason?
No.
You don't?
Because I prefer whoever's work is good.
Yeah.
Like, whatever project is, if I enjoy it. But I don't expect men to do that all the time. And they don't do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to be like, oh, because I had this experience, this photographer might be the same way. It's not like that. Everybody's given a fair chance.
Yeah. That's good, though, that you're able to. I mean, you have to have that, I assume, to be in that industry. You have to have that mindset.
Yeah, and I think you just got to kind of have the voice, too. Like, people are going to take advantage when they feel like they have the chance to, when they feel like you're timid to speak up.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. You definitely have to have a voice. That's for sure. That's probably in anything. But so my next question is then, how is there like competition in the industry? Like, do you deal with like other women that do the same thing as you, like hating and shit like that? Like, is there?
I haven't experienced that.
No.
Every model that I've ever worked with or did shoots with, and it's a bunch of models, whether it's a mixture of men and women or just women.
Yeah.
It's always been just a good vibe, very supportive. Like, I've never experienced competition at all.
That's good. That's really good. Is modeling to you, is that potentially like a means to an end? Not to an end, but like, would you like to model as your, like, would you like that to be your whole career?
No, I wouldn't. I just kind of just got into it to break me out of my shell of being shy.
Yeah.
Now, I'm still shy on camera. I am still shy doing shoots, actually, especially when I'm meeting a new photographer. I'm very shy, like very, very shy. And so I'm really just doing it to meet people, break myself out of that shell, because a lot of photographers I worked with and met for the first time, we're still friends. Like, we do stuff outside of photography. Like, we go connect outside of all of that. And so I'm really just doing it just to meet people, and get comfortable.
Okay. Has that worked so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of brought you out.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. A lot of people would just like go out more, but you were like, fuck that. I'm getting in front of a camera. I got to get out. So this was an issue for you?
Being shy, yes, absolutely. Like I used to not want that center attention at all. Like I don't put me in a room in front of anybody. Like I didn't want that. Like I was too shy. But all that shyness came from a lack of confidence, really.
Why?
Why a lack of confidence?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably a really deep.
Yeah, no,
there's probably
it
a really
is.
deep answer to that simple question, but.
Right. It definitely is. I was shy growing up, and so that just carried on with me into adulthood.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. I mean, that's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
That's why therapy is important.
Absolutely.
Therapy is so important. So let's talk a little bit about your other hustle. I want to talk about real estate a little bit. I know you're new to it, so you probably don't have all the answers, but I am curious. I don't know if you want to talk about what you were going to school for, but I feel like what you went to school for, to modeling, to real estate, that's some big jumps. So there was not a straight path for you at all. So how did you land? How did you land in real estate?
I met somebody that was in real estate.
Okay.
And I enjoyed seeing them work and seeing them communicate with people and what they were doing. The fact that they weren't working a regular 9 to 5, but they were working. Mm-hmm. They were disciplined enough to treat it as if it was a 9 to 5. And that made me curious on, I wonder if I'll enjoy it. So I just dived in.
Took the real estate, got your real estate license, all that.
Yes.
You know what's funny is throughout this conversation, I'm realizing that it's almost like the modeling thing started for you to kind of come out of your shell, and jumping into real estate was kind of a way to like test it. Does that make sense? Like has this affected me? Has this worked? Because now in real estate, like not only are you dealing with people and probably a lot of different people, but you're helping people make potentially the biggest decision of their life.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I think it's a little different, though, just because I am comfortable connecting with people one-on-one. Like getting personal, all that. I'm very comfortable with that. And so in real estate, it's not like being behind a camera because it ain't about me at this point. It's about you.
True.
What do you want?
Yeah.
What type of house do you see yourself in? It's really about the person and not me at that point.
Yeah, that's true. It's really all about that.
Yeah, like because it is their decision, and I'm just here to help guide.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing real estate?
For like 6 months.
Okay,
and
to this point, you found that you do enjoy it.
I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
Yeah, you think you found your calling?
No.
No.
I wouldn't say I'm passionate about being in real estate forever. I don't think that's something that I would see myself doing for the rest of my life, but I am enjoying it at the moment.
Okay. So I know we already discussed this a little bit off the mic about the housing market, but I am curious a little bit about, because you hear about how much the pandemic has fucked up the housing market, and I don't know. Like, I own a house. Is it a good time for me to sell?
Yes, it is a good time. I know that a lot of people buying it hasn't been as easy buying. So it is a good time to sell.
So it's a seller's market, not a buyer's market right now. You can get more bang for your buck selling right now than buying. That makes sense, essentially. I mean, I know somebody that bought a house literally it was 4 months into lockdown, and they paid.
Yeah.
Heavily. Heavily.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So do you think, maybe you don't know the answer to this because it has been, almost 2 years now. Do you think they could make a profit on their house right now if they paid? Has it continued to go up? If they paid heavily, you think they'll probably be able to sell heavily right now or no?
I would say
It's tough. I know it's
That
a hard hitting question.
yeah. I would say they'll definitely still make profit selling. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I want to jump back to the modeling thing real quick. You said that it wasn't necessarily a means to an end. What if you got a call or an email or whatever today from Louis Vuitton and they wanted to offer you some crazy amount of money?
Mm-hmm.
Would that be something? Would that change things for you?
I think I would accept it for the experience.
Okay. So for you, it's really not about profit. It's not about gain. It's not about, it has to be a little bit about that, but it's not, that's not going to sway you. Would you continue doing real estate?
Yes.
$1 million deal?
Yes.
$10 million deal?
Only because I can do real estate in that.
True.
So why not?
I mean, maybe. Louis Vuitton gives you $10 million. They might demand all your time.
All my time?
They might be like, you're done. They might make you sign an NDA that you will not sell houses anymore. They probably would.
Well, modeling won't last forever.
Yeah.
And I can sell houses to people to the day I die.
Yeah.
And so I could definitely take a break, but I wouldn't let my license expire.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Is there like a model like conglomerate here in Minnesota? Like, is there like I don't even know what to call it. Is there like a model community?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if I asked you like top 5 models in Minnesota, could you answer that question?
No, because I think that's all perspective.
So this is your interview. So from your perspective.
From my perspective, I wouldn't even want to choose. I think my opinion would be so biased.
How about just some that you like, some that are out here that you like. You don't even have to give me a top 5. Just some other models that you think are doing good things out here. Let's just give some flowers. How about that?
Absolutely.
Your favorites.
I'm trying to even think of, because there is a community. I'm just not as indulged in that community because I'm just everywhere. I'm everywhere with everything, and I'm not a full-time model, and I'm not. And I thought about this too because I was like, I really thought you was gonna ask about photographers. Like, oh, give some names.
I'm asking.
Oh my God, that's tough. It's tough because I just know so many great models, so many great photographers that I think they all deserve flowers. That I can't just honestly, I cannot just throw a name out there because then I'll feel guilty for not naming them all. For real, because everybody is.
That's why I asked the question.
I know, and it's like that's so hard to answer because everybody is doing so well in their own area of modeling and photography. Everybody is doing well.
Okay, who are the top 5 photographers that you've worked with? Just on your your personal. There's nothing wrong with 6 or 7 or 8. I don't know how many photographers you've worked with. I assume a lot.
Hugh Boyd is one of my favorites.
Okay.
And I say that because I also build a connection with him. Like, he's not just a regular photographer. He makes you feel comfortable. He's always been professional. Like, he's just an overall great person outside of photography.
Yeah.
I worked with, so many that I'm like, I don't even want to name out those because there's just so many. Phil, I can't remember his last name. He is a great photographer as well.
Okay.
He's always been professional. His work is amazing. We became friends outside of photography as well. Who else? You said 5? You want me to name 3, 5?
Let's go 3. 3 is actually better because then anybody else can be like, well, I'm still top 5.
Man, I'm really over here trying to think. A photographer is not coming to my head.
How about 3 worst? You want to give me the 3 worst photographers?
No, absolutely. Just because I don't want to speak on anything negative.
Yeah. Were you familiar with the guy that recently kind of seemed to get dragged? You know what I'm talking about? There was a guy like a few weeks ago that got dragged pretty. I mean, he got dragged pretty hard, but there was a lot of women that came out actually in defense of him.
I don't think.
I forget what his name was. I don't really want to say his name anyways, but.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think I heard about that, only because when the pandemic started, I slowed down on even working with people.
There was a 24-hour period where this guy was getting pretty
Oh,
bad.
they usually do.
Yeah, pretty
once your
badly
name go
dragged.
out there, it's out there.
He didn't hide from it though. He didn't duck the smoke at all. Because I've seen photographers delete their shit, delete their pages, disappear. I've seen it happen.
And that first photographer that really got me started, he definitely did that. He
disappeared.
deleted it. Yeah, disappeared. And women were coming out, and a bunch of women. Mm-hmm. But even with my experience, I kind of just I didn't engage in that.
Yeah.
Because although I don't think that the stuff he was doing was appropriate, I don't think just throwing people under the bus and attacking them, I don't think that's helpful. I don't think that accomplishes anything. It doesn't support change. It's not really holding them accountable. It's kind of just trying to cancel them.
Yeah, because he's probably going to find another way to do the shit that he's been doing.
Yeah.
He's not, you didn't scare him, you didn't stop him from doing predatory shit. You just made him delete his Instagram.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like that, he's still that guy.
Absolutely.
Out there somewhere doing something, so.
Or he may not be that guy. I think
or maybe you're right. Mm-hmm. You're right.
I think it's important for us to remember that people do change.
For sure.
Even the most horrible people change.
Mm-hmm. And perspective, sometimes perspective matters too. Like, there could have been someone that had this perspective that this guy was doing something inappropriate, and he really wasn't trying to.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It is possible.
Absolutely.
I have a hard time believing it when a lot of people come out and say it, but, I mean, I don't know, there's still people out here defending Bill Cosby. I don't know. Shit. I don't know. So, have you ever been like a video girl in your modeling career? You ever done like video work for any like artists?
Yes, I did one video for CJ Pitts.
Okay. And what was that like? The fact that you've only done one lets me know you probably didn't like it too much.
No, I actually really enjoyed it. I'm very shy.
Yeah.
And so the idea of being the center of attention in a music video made me shy.
Was it what kind of role was it? Was it like you were playing like his girl? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
I was playing.
So it was like an acting role, essentially. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And he definitely had some acting in the beginning, in the end, or was it the beginning of? I think it was the end of the video. He had a extended acting part so that it can flow into the next video that he was creating.
Okay. Did you know him personally prior to that, or did he found you and was like, you're the one I want?
He found me through a photographer that I worked with.
Oh, okay. That's dope. That's really dope. So what about, since we are primarily a hip hop show, do you indulge in the local hip hop scene at all? I
support local hip hop artists and R&B artists.
Anybody you listen to? You've been listening to lately? Any artists that you like?
Because of where I am in my life, I don't listen to a lot of music anymore.
Yeah.
I think that when people are talking about bitches, hoes, or violence, or anger, or betrayal, I don't listen to that type of stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. And it don't matter who it's coming from. Yeah. I just can't, like, you can be mainstream or local. I can't listen to that no more, because if it is not spreading love and happiness, I can't do it. Music is powerful.
I'm mostly with you on that. Actually.
Yes, music is so powerful, and it's one of the biggest influences.
Yeah.
And I get that people have experiences, but you got to have an experience past your pain. There's got to be experience past that. And if pain is the only thing that you are sharing, then you are still in a state of needing to heal.
Yeah. Now you hit it on the head with that for sure. You're definitely right about that. I think the only pushback I'll give you on that is I think for a lot of artists, that is their therapy, is putting that pain in the music. But you're right. That means they probably still need to go to actual therapy as well.
Yes.
It's cool to put it in the music, but you probably actually need some help too.
Yes, I think it can be therapeutical, but a lot of artists say that it's therapy for them, but I notice that their music doesn't change.
That's a very valid point.
They're still talking about the pain that they went through, or the betrayal, and how they can't trust nobody, and and that's just continuing. And then when you put it out there, and younger kids that are listening to this, they're absorbing that energy, that those emotions, and they're reflecting that back out into the world too.
Yeah, you're spot on, for sure. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a glutton for it sometimes, but you're right. You're definitely right. Like I listen to shit that I know that I probably shouldn't. I let my kids listen to shit that they probably shouldn't. But shit, you like what you like, I guess. I mean, but you're right, for sure. You're
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna say that I didn't like that music at one point in my life, but I had to realize, why am I liking this? Why is my emotions and body and mind is drawing me to this type of music? What areas do I need to heal? Because when you are healed, you're not thinking about your friends that betrayed you, because you know that you got friends that didn't.
That's growth. That's real growth right there. What you're talking about. So that leads me to our last part here, the final segment, which I feel like you just already did some, but we got a new segment. It's called "Give 'Em Some Game" by John Ray. Says we never give game on the show. So I want to give you the opportunity to close the episode out by just giving a little game, which you kind of just did, but maybe expound a little bit on the things you were just saying. Any young women or men that are looking to maybe get into the modeling industry or even the real estate industry, any game you can give them, give it to them.
The game, I would say, is to just do it. Let go of all fears. Who cares if you fail? Who cares if they say no?
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, rather it's going to be a lifelong career for you or just a moment of experience for you. Like, get out there. Even for people making music, make it. Who cares if you think people are gonna fuck with it? Somebody finna fuck with it.
Yep.
Like, just do it. Just live in the moment.
You're trying to get that Nike sponsor. I see you. So social media, where can they find you at?
Just Mariahya, Mariahya, Mariahya on Instagram.
Okay.
I don't have any other social media. I made a Facebook for my real estate, but I don't really be on there unless people are reaching out about real estate. I'm not.
So what if they want to buy a house from you? How do they find you?
Oh, both. They can go on Instagram or my Facebook.
Okay.
But Facebook, I'm just trying to keep that strictly professional. So that any other talk, I want to keep it just about real estate.
Got you. So you heard it. Don't jump in the inbox talking about anything other than real estate. Well, I appreciate your time. This was fun. I enjoyed it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming. That's it. I got nothing else for you. This was a good talk. I'm glad that I could get some of my own knowledge today about the modeling industry, and I'm gonna be watching these photographers too. And other people should be paying attention to. Men need to stand the fuck up too.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want to see just women out here dragging somebody if somebody is guilty of something.
I don't think they should be dragged. I think we should be holding people accountable.
I'm on the opposite side of the fence of you on that one. But this is your interview, so you're right. You got it. All right. That's it. Another episode of Live on Lake Street, #1 daily show in Minnesota. I'm Jake Faircloth. Follow me everywhere at Jake Faircloth1. And don't forget, May 1st, Underground Music Cafe. Pop out, celebrate Mac Turner's birthday with us, and get a plate from Bake Brand. It's going to be a great night. Doors open at 4. Mariah, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
That's it. We out.
Pour the drink and sip the cup just to ease the pain I felt. Yeah, I still count up by my loans. Still got niggas around me, don't know. I know they cross way too nice. You been counting favors, thinking they paid that price. She ain't feeling my vibe no more. Said I only hit the phone up late at night. She don't understand if she stay down. She get laid all night.
I can't trust Lil' Shawty no more, cause she been taking pipes.
Damn, Woody. In high school, I let it blam, Woody. I wasn't playing, Woody. I'm coming straight out the south. Hey, genius, best watch your mouth. When I put up on PNB, right, that ain't he come out. You moving ounces, I just moved 100 things in a drought. You want the south side, outside the fence of your house. You talking all that, then wanna come talk it out. If you ain't talking money, you talking about.